McNan Show. Today we have here with us Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton to talk about their presidential campaigns. To start, what are each of your economic plans for when you become president?
Well, my plan is to build a strong, growing economy that works for everyone. Families are working harder and harder to bring home an income, but none of them seem to be getting anywhere. America is standing still. In order to raise American citizens' incomes, we need strong economic growth. I plan to invest in infrastructure, clean energy, and scientific research to create more jobs.
Well, as Hillary said, families are working harder to bring home an income, with not one even getting anywhere. The reason for this is due to wages not increasing with the long hours that Americans are working. My plan is to increase the minimum wage from $7.25 to $15 an hour by 2020. I plan to put at least 13 million Americans to work by investing $1 trillion over 5 years towards rebuilding infrastructure. Since the 1980s, enormous amounts of wealth has been transferred from the middle class and poor to the wealthiest people in this country. I will tax Wall Street speculators who caused millions of Americans to lose their jobs, homes, and life savings. And I will reverse trade policies with China that caused the lowering of wages and the loss of millions of jobs. These are my plans to create a healthy and prosperous economy for America.
Thank you. We've seen a lot about it on the news lately. What do each of you think about the Syrian refugee crisis? How would each of your administration come up with a solution to this?
Well, many Republicans are talking about turning the mass of refugees down, but in my opinion, that will be un-American. They work hard to truly assimilate. There will always be a place for refugees in America. Of course, they must go through some kind of vetting process. The risk of letting foreign terrorists in mustn't be undermined.
The U.S. should be accepting of refugees, and I find it disturbing that my Republican colleagues have stooped to such a low level. We must not resort that as Americans and help our dear refugees fleeing from violent places like Syria, Iraq, or Afghanistan. Of course, we have to investigate the backgrounds of those coming in, but to turn away even orphans is baffling. No, not acceptable.
As you may well know, Paris and some parts of the Middle East were under attack. If you were to become the President of the United States, what would be your policy regarding instances such as these?
Well, obviously, what happened in Paris last week, as what's been happening all throughout the Middle East, is a tragedy. So many lives have been taken, and who knows where ISIS might strike next. The world must be kept safe from ISIS. Under my administration, we won't go easy on these terrorists. I won't hesitate to use military force to subdue ISIS. I'll use airstrikes, ground forces, whatever's necessary to keep America safe.
Well, it is essential that the United States work as part of the international coalition, including Muslim nations, to tackle and destroy ISIS. But the U.S. should not engage in perpetual warfare in the Middle East. We as a country must act in a way that is tough, but not stupid.
What are your views on immigration?
Well, an important part of my presidency will be supporting comprehensive immigration reform. The American thing to do is to ensure that the immigration system is fair and just. As president, I will fight to pass legislation that will lead to a comprehensive path to full and equal citizenship, and I will treat immigration as an important issue to the American economy and to the American family.
My father was an immigrant from Poland and had not a dime to his name. Little education and didn't even know the English language, and was 17 when he first stepped foot in this country. He worked hard to give his family a better life here in America. I think we should work towards giving undocumented immigrants a path to permanent residency and in some cases citizenship. We need to dismantle inhumane deportation programs and private detention centers and support the integration of immigrants into American society.
What will make you a great president?
I think my presidency will truly make America greater. I will fight for the rights of the underprivileged, and I will protect America undauntedly from internal and external threats. I'll do all I can to make the economy great and to keep the people free, equal, and happy.
I want to help the underprivileged and lower class Americans succeed and prosper in this country. America is the richest nation on earth, and there's no reason for so many people in this country to be deprived of opportunities. I will make sure that this country can reform the policing system along with improving race relations and be a leader in the world of freedom, equality, justice, and a chance at the pursuit of happiness.
Oh my
God, I broke my nail. What am I gonna do?
Go to D's Nails.
Why should I?
The original shapes and cheeks.
What else makes them special?
There's no gender required to get your nails done by Diego.
There's gotta be a catch.
There's no catch. Diego can't even catch you or even do them at school.
New nails. Who dis?
If they're not from D, are there even nails?
15 with acrylic and 5 without. It's amazing.
To D's Nails. D's Nails.
Welcome back to the Carol McNan Show. Now we have here with us Ann Coulter and Rachel Meadow. So how do you feel about the candidates so far?
Well, I mean, I've never been quiet about my dislike for either of them. Clinton's just a coward and a danger to America, but she won't get much done. Not now we're in the general election. Sanders is batty, but, you know, Clinton doesn't know a thing about running a campaign. Sanders is beating her in that.
I think Hillary's a good candidate, but I wonder what she would do differently than President Obama since they have some similar views, and how does she plan on getting more Democrats in the South? Another thing about Bernie Sanders is he's very progressive, and he has a lot of ideas, but I don't know how he plans on getting them done. And with the third candidate, he's basically not even in the picture.
How did you think each of them performed at the debate?
Well, I mean, I think Clinton's full of it. She doesn't really have America's best interest at heart at all. She says she'll be a harsh leader, but she only wants to negotiate with these refugees. Sanders doesn't know anything about foreign policy, and he'll just welcome the terrorists in with open arms, if he doesn't manage to permanently ruin the economy first. They're both bleeding-hearted liberals, but the real difference is that Clinton knows something about politics and Sanders doesn't. The other difference is that Clinton will be easy to beat, and Sanders will be a little less so.
Well, in the first debate, a lot of critics said Hillary was dominant, Hillary took the show, Hillary was a very good candidate, and I agree, because she took the show, like she was running the show. And also Bernie Sanders, he had a lot of debate money contributed to his campaign after his speech. He had around $1.4 million contributed to his campaign after the debate, so I think that means he did pretty well. And overall, they just did a good night, and plus, the Democrats are very together, unlike the Republicans, who are disorderly, they disagree with one another. When brought up about the emails, Bernie Sanders actually defended Hillary Clinton, which is a good thing to have in a political party. It's unity.
Well, I mean, she's run one campaign before and lost it, and her little email situation doesn't seem to be doing her any favors. She's not likable, and she doesn't have a chance of winning the election.
Email? You want to talk about emails? Can we talk about the actual issue? We're talking about politics here. We're not talking about her personal life. We're not talking about what's going on in her personal life. We're talking about Hillary
Well, that is an actual
as
issue.
A candidate.
I mean, think about it. As a candidate, she's not trustworthy, and she doesn't know how to run a campaign. She doesn't even know how to work an electronic device. How do you think she's going to do running the country?
But what else do you have on her besides the emails, the emails, emails? You keep talking about the emails, but there's nothing else.
What do you have about her that you think is good? I mean, she's just she's average.
She has good turnouts at her rallies, and she has a good support system.
She has no following. A few people know her name because of her husband, but no one likes her politics. Even the young liberals are always saying that she's corrupt and untrustworthy.
But her turnouts at her rallies are low, right? But they're actually really high. So, no support, no following. I don't know where you're getting these facts from. I think you need to check.
Maybe she's doing well at the top of the polls, but she doesn't have anyone running against her. I mean, how hard is it?
Bernie Sanders is running against her.
Yeah, he's an old, unlikable socialist with no people skills, and people still like him better.
He's unlikable, but after the first debate, he got a lot of people pouring in money for, not super PACs like the Republican Party, but he got actual people donating him, and people just supporting Bernie Sanders for his actual beliefs, and they really were moved by his speeches in the debate. So that's a liable candidate to go against Hillary, and they're both good. So.
Well, thank you for tuning with us. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
He can't sing, so he just talks, so he's like, as I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me, I saw below me,
but it's like to a reggae beat.
Your impression was so on point.
There's no. Oh my God.
We need a crackdown on police brutality.
Do you think Clinton's campaign is going well?
Well, I mean,
Wait. Who do you think will have a better chance of winning the general election?
The original seat.
There is no catch. Diego can't even drill them.